I've just turned it on. Okay, so let's start today lying down. If you have a strap or a scarf, also I forgot to say, take it. You might need it, but again, it's not necessary, optional. Good. And let's lie down on the floor in Shavasana. So one option is to have your legs stretched in front of you, a little bit wider than your hips, and the arms a little away from the body so that there is space for energy to circulate. Turn the palms up so that you're not busy with the sensation of touch and you're not distracting yourself. Now, if this isn't good for your lower back, if you have problems with the lower back, bend the knees, support them against one another, and quite open the feet quite a bit. So that's the way your feet should go. And wherever you are, simply start to arrive at the mat. Centering and settling the body. If it helps you to have your eyes closed, do so. If not, keep them open. Soft gaze. And let's consciously soften all the facial muscles, the forehead, the eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows usually holds a lot of tension, so soften it. Soften the eyes, relax them into the eye sockets. The cheeks, the jaws, relaxing the lips and clenching the teeth, and also relax the tongue. The entire face should feel really soft, and a gentle smile always helps with that. It also brightens your day, improves your mood almost immediately. So try it. Relax the shoulders. Relax the belly, soft belly, soft chest. Relax the arms and the legs. And slowly start to tune in to your breath. That is simply observing it without changing it, trying to control it, trying to lengthen. Simply notice your natural breath. Notice the length of your inhalations and your exhalations. Notice the depth and the movement of your belly and your chest. And simply take the following minute or so to enjoy the silence and the space you've created for yourself. having a still mind, a still body. And don't worry if any thoughts come through, that's quite natural. Simply try to be the observer of these thoughts. So notice them and let them go. Give your mind a rest too. It's usually busy thinking around, maybe the number is not right, 70,000 thoughts a day. So why don't you give it a little bit of a rest? Just a few more breaths here. Keep your focus on your inhalations and exhalations. Always a good idea to follow the rise and the fall of your belly or the chest while breathing. This will keep all thoughts at bay. And within the next breath or so, start to slowly move the body. You can start with rocking the head, maybe moving your fingers and toes. I always like to do a few circles with the ankles and wrists just to open up the joints, prepare them for the work to come, and also allow the energy to flow through those joints. And then let's stretch the arms above the head, but interlace the palms and press the palms outward, flexing your wrists. And then try to bring your arms as close to the surface of the ground as you can, opening your armpits, your shoulders, maybe point your toes. And then you notice that your lower back is lifted off the floor. Now pull the belly in and try and bring the lower back, glue it down to the floor. Keep stretching. Any little movements that the body wants you to do naturally, you can do. So today we'll be working on inversions, and we'll prepare the body, open the shoulders, the hamstrings, and do a little bit of core work. So let's release the arms and bring the knees in towards the chest. Good. Give yourself a little hug, roll a few times left and right, massaging the lower back, and enjoy the slow pace of the warm-up because we'll be working a little harder throughout the practice. Okay, I think I'm sufficiently warm now. And then from here, let's keep the right knee bent and stretch the left leg down towards the floor. Keep pressing the right knee with your hands towards the chest. And again, you can choose to keep your left leg either flex or point the toes. Good. Relax the shoulders, open the chest. And on your next inhale, you're going to straighten the leg and grab the back of the leg wherever you can reach, doesn't matter how far, and then gently pull it towards your chest. And exhale, bend the knee and squeeze it in towards the chest. We'll do this 4 more times. Inhale, stretch. lengthen. Bring the leg a little closer and exhale, bend the knee. So we are starting with a dynamic stretch of the hamstring. Don't rush it. Breathe, lengthening your inhalations and exhalations. Good. One more time. Inhale, and let's keep the leg here. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to flex the foot. This allows us to get to a deeper layer in the hamstring, the back of your leg. Here is where you might need your strap if you cannot lift the leg that high. Try and keep it straight, doesn't matter, even if it's only here. Maybe grab your thigh. And let's take one more breath. And exhale, bend the knee, place it on top of your, let me just bring the next participant in. Bring the right ankle on your left knee. Grab the top of your, or the back of your thigh, left thigh, or the top of your right knee. And let's stay in this stretch for 5 breaths. Now, Joanna, your arms should be around your left thigh, not outside. Yeah. Yes, through that little gap. That's it. Good. And then gently press that right knee towards the front of the room. And then feel this nice stretch along your right glute. One more breath. And exhale, release. And this time we're going to bring the left knee in. Interlace the fingers, press the palms on top of the knee and stretch the opposite leg. Either pointing the toes or flexing the toes. Relax the shoulders down towards the ground. Keep your face soft, and always good to think about your neck. So by bringing the chin in towards the chest, you also lengthen the neck. On your next inhale, straighten that leg. So make sure it's straight. Grab the back of the leg wherever you reach and press it towards the chest. Good. Inhale, bend the knee. Bring it again closer to the body. Straighten it. Same motion. You can bend the elbows sideways. That helps you to bring the leg closer, or use your strap. Exhale, bend the knee. 3 more. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Good. Final time, straighten and stay there. Now find a comfortable position for your arms, for your shoulders, so you shouldn't be rounding the back and lifting off the floor. If need be, bring the hands a little lower, and let's slowly flex that foot. Accessing slightly deeper muscles, making the stretch a little more intense. And then slowly bend that leg, bring the bottom foot on the floor, cross the ankle over the knee. The arms go around your right thigh and grab the back of your thigh or the top of your knee. Again, you shouldn't be lifting off the floor. If that's the case and you can't reach, use a strap or a towel. Relax the top body. Flex your left foot, very important. Right foot can be either pointed or flexed. And gently bring your left knee forwards. You can either use your hand to push it gently, or simply open it with the use of your leg muscles. Good. One more time. One more breath, rather. And release. Bring both knees together. And now we're going to rock forth and back a few times, massaging the entire back. Round the back nicely. The more you round, you can reach higher up towards your shoulders and your neck. It should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Simply wait for the rest. And when you've had enough, let's come to cross-legged seat. And then from here, we're going to place the hands in front of us. Press the outer edges of your feet into the floor. And then with a momentum, you can lift your hips off the floor. Press the outer edges of your feet. Just do it a few times. Yeah, we're going to prepare to jump back straight into plank. Don't worry about the word jump. You can do it leg by leg. Good. Now, let's drop the hips down so they're in line with your shoulders. Pull the belly in and tuck your tailbone under. Hands are under the shoulders. Spread your fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Keep looking forwards. Strong legs, heels pushing back. One more breath. And exhale, bring the knees down and stretch back in child's pose. Good. Just a couple of breaths here. If it feels good, for me it always does, cup your hands, fingers pressing into the floor, and then walk them as far forwards as you can without lifting the hips off the floor. Good. Another breath. Feel the stretch along the sides of the body. And inhale, come forwards. So we start on all fours. As usual, your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Knees tracking the line of your hips. Good. Now pull the belly in and gently round the lower back. So we don't want that. Yeah? Pull the belly in, engage those muscles, stretch the right leg back, tuck the toes under. And now gently press the heel back so you feel a nice stretch in your calf muscles. Good. Again, tuck the tail, pull the belly in, round the lower back. And then push the floor away and lift the left knee towards your chest. Round the back. Breathe. Keep looking forwards, relax your face. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Inhale, lift that right leg back, and then stretch your left arm forwards. So you don't really need to have the leg too high up. The point here is to stretch in the opposite direction. Again, tucking the tail, pulling the belly in. We'll do this action the whole day today, so we don't want that dropping of the lower back down. And exhale. Good. Inhale, send the left leg back. Flex the foot, tuck the toe, and really stretch the calf muscle by pushing the heel backwards. Good. Press the floor away, straight arms. Tuck the tailbone, and on your next inhale, press the floor, lift the right knee in. So you can try and touch your knee with your forehead or nose or anything. If you don't touch, that's fine. 5, 4, 3, scoop the belly, lift a little higher. 1 last, and exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the back leg. Now check that your hands are under your shoulders. Maybe your position changed. So you want to walk your hands forwards a bit more so they're under the shoulders. And let's stretch the right arm. Good. Tuck the tail under, engage the core. Good. One more breath. And exhale, release. Good. From here, feet together, open your knees a little wider. And your hands are a little in front of your shoulders. We're going to do this flow where we drop the belly, lift the feet towards the ceiling, open the chest and the throat. And exhale, we go back in what is a wide kneed child's pose. I don't know if that is a word. Wide, knees wide open. Child's pose. Good, let's just do a few more in your own time. Here we start to access the front of the body, the shoulders. We stretch the belly that we've been contracting until now. And exhale. Let's stay in child's pose. And then from here, come up, bring the knees under your hips again, stretch the arms forwards, open them as wide as your mat for puppy pose. Forehead or chin on the floor. Good. Relax the shoulders. Breathe into your armpits. Good. Great pose to open the front of the body, the shoulders. And slowly exhale. Let's come down on the floor in a Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Again, spread the fingers. Pull the mat back towards you by sliding the palms on it and send the chest forward. Now your feet are untucked. The tops of the feet are pressing down and turn the little toes towards the ground. Good. Pubic bone down. Take another big breath and exhale, slowly release. Good. From here, we are going to turn over on your back. Somebody's ringing me, so I'll just reject the call. So again, turning on your back for a second round of these little core drills. So here, if you have blocks, use them. If not, I'll show versions without the block. Let's start with the knees bent in. Good. Interlace the hands behind your neck. If you have a block, you're going to come up and press the long side of the block against your knee and the back of your arm. If you don't have a block, you're going to have to work a little harder to lift higher and maybe press your elbow against the knee. If you can't do that, don't worry. So I'll start with the opposite leg so you can see me. So inhale and lift the chest away from the floor. Exhale, straighten the opposite leg, the one that is not pressing the block or the knee. Inhale. Exhale. Now keep pressing the knee and the elbow. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Stretch the leg and stay there. And we're going to do 10 small pulses up with the chest. So you cannot move too much because the block or the knee is in the way. And then relax. Good. Bring your knees towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Rest. So that should have fired up your core muscles. It did for me. And let's repeat on the other side. Now, for the other side, I do it without the block for those who don't have a block. So starting with interlacing the hands behind the neck. Crunch up, inhale. Very important that you pull the belly button down and glue the lower back to the floor. Now press the elbow against the knee. If you can't, just keep being off the floor, engaging your core. And on your next exhale, straighten the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Belly pulled in. Lower back glued. Good. You're almost there. 1 more. And keep the legs stretched. Let's do the 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Relax. Bring the knees in. Give yourself a hug. Okay, so we have only 1 more core drill. Again, option to do with blocks or without. So if you have the blocks, you're going to need 2. One of them goes between your knees, so you squeeze the narrow part of the block. The other one goes between your hands, and you stretch your arms like so. If you don't have blocks, same position, but you're going to be squeezing your knees together. And here, imagine you've got a bowl and squeeze the arms together. Good. Now, let's inhale and lift the body off the floor. And exhale, stretch those legs. If you have the block, squeeze the block. If you don't have the block, squeeze the knees together. Counting 5, 4, lower back down to the floor. 3, 2, 1, relax. Good. 1 more session, so take a little rest. So the reason we are working so much on the core is because it will teach us how to stabilize the mid portion of the body for when you're turning upside down. Very important to have a strong core. And let's set up again. If you have a block between your knees. If you don't, squeeze the knees, straighten the arms. If you have a block between your hands, you want to press the hands together. If not, imagine you do have one. Inhale, lift the chest, the arms by your ears. Exhale, straighten the legs, squeeze the block. 5, pull the belly down. 4, 3, 2, squeeze, and relax. Excellent. Very nice. So we're going to rock again. Only 3 times this time. So rocking up and down. And then you're going to seamlessly go into your plank by crossing your feet, pressing the outer edges, stepping or jumping back into your plank. Good. And in plank, we're going to take 5 breaths in plank, tucking the tailbone under, pulling the belly in. Keep looking forwards. Feel the core working. And then exhale, bring the knees down. Let's sit on your heels. Come up. Now we want to open that core a little, that front of the body. So place the hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards. If too difficult, fingers pointing backwards. If too difficult, place blocks or heights under your hands. And inhale, lift your hips. Again, you're going to tuck the tailbone under, engage the core, pull the belly in. Arms are straight, shoulders are opening. You can look back or forwards. Great. 1 more breath. And exhale. Bring the hips down. From here, let's place the hands in front of your knees, straighten the arms. And inhale, we're going to push the floor away, lift the knees off the floor, come onto the backs of your toes, and then jump. So your entire feet are on the floor. And let's stay in a forward fold. Feet hip distance. Grab the opposite elbows and allow the torso to hang. Good. So here you can gently rock up and down. Feel into the backs of those legs. And also you can rock side to side, almost like you're trying to see what's hiding behind your knee. Either side. Good. And now let's release the arms and bring them back behind your back, interlacing the palms, the hands, bringing the shoulders together and releasing the torso forwards. Imagine you're folding in two. So your chest should be touching or close to touching your thighs. You can bend the knees a little. And let's take 5 breaths here. Check that there is weight in your toes as well as your heels. One more breath. And then slowly exhale, release the arms down. And this time let's come halfway up. So your hands can be anywhere. The knees is not a good place because this is a joint. We don't want to hurt the knees. Either on your thighs, on your shins, or if you can reach on the floor, also an option. Now turn your tailbone up towards the sky and roll the shoulders back. So here in your back, what you should be able to see, and I'm going to bend your knees in order to show you, is a little curve like this. So bend your knees if you don't see it, and really turn your tailbone up towards the sky. Benny, bend your knees. More. More. And now turn your tailbone a little bit more up. No, okay. Well, that should be the intention. And then from here, slowly, vertebra by vertebra, we're going to come up. Open the shoulders. Good. And let's come to the front of your mat. Okay. Let's start in mountain pose. Mountain pose is feet together or hip distance. The arms by the side of the body with the palms facing forward. So don't be rigid and don't squeeze. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders, but your legs really need to be engaged as if you're pulling energy down from the floor. Use the arches of your feet. Pull the belly in and drop your tailbone down. Chin to the chest. Connect to your breath. And from here, slowly let's take an inhale. So hoping you're at the top of your mat. Stretch up, look up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come halfway up. Turn that tailbone up if it helps, bend the knees. And exhale, step your right leg back and keep your left knee bent. Checking that the knee is over the ankle. Good. Move a few times back and forth. Here under your arms, you can use your blocks if you can't reach. And up and down. And on your next inhale, you're going to push your hips back and straighten the front leg. Inhale, come forwards into low lunge. Exhale, nothing changes, but the front leg straightens. The back heel is off the floor. 2 more times. Inhale. and exhale. Inhale and exhale, and stay here. Now, in this position, make sure that your shoulders are back. And if you want to work a little deeper, flex that left foot, turning the toes towards your forehead. Good. Take another breath. And exhale, bend the front knee. Walk your hands a little forwards and prepare to lift the back leg off the floor. So here we'll stay in a standing split. So allow the body to come as close to your left thigh as possible. If you can, walk your hands a little bit more backwards and lift that top leg, either pointing or flexing. Now roll your right hip down, and here we're going to do 10 small pulses with the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Walk your hands forward. Oops. Inhale, stretch the leg back, and then slowly let's transition into warrior 3. Find a point of focus, lift the belly towards your spine, and then slowly you're going to step your right leg behind you. Good. Stretch the arms. Take just one breath. Open the chest. And exhale, step forwards, come into a forward fold. Grab the backs of the legs. Good. You can bend the elbows to bring the body closer towards your legs. You can also bend the knees and allow your chest and thighs to be in contact. Good. And on your next inhale, slowly unravel the back all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Excellent. Let's do the other side. So inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Really lengthen your spine. Turn your tail up. And exhale. This time you're going to step your left leg back. Bend the front knee 90 degrees. And start moving forwards and back. Up and down. And then from here, on your next inhale, you're going to push your hips back, straighten the front leg, release the torso towards your right thigh. Inhale. So move slowly with your breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Try to connect with your body instead of doing some mechanical movements that the mind knows. And next time when you exhale, keep that front leg straight. Roll the shoulders back. Really lengthen your spine and roll your right hip back. Here, optional. Lift your right foot off the floor, flexing it. Turning the toes towards your forehead. Good. Take another breath. And exhale, bend the front knee and walk your hands forwards. Slowly transfer the weight over your right leg. Lift your left leg up towards the sky. And then on your next exhale, you're going to bring the body as close to the standing leg as you can. Maybe walk your hands back in line with your foot. Lift that left leg a little higher. And let's do the 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Release the leg halfway. Walk your hands forwards. Prepare for a couple of breaths in your warrior 3, lifting the hands in front of the chest. If not, you can leave them down. Pull the belly in, engage that core, and slowly with control, step the left leg back in high lunge. And just for one breath, let's open and stretch that chest. Look up and exhale, come into another forward fold. Good. Let's bend the knees again and allow the chest to rest on your thighs. So really bend the knees and feel your chest touching your thighs. Good. Let's take a couple more breaths. And on your next exhale, you're going to try and straighten your knees a little without removing your chest from your thighs. So that will be very little. So the point here is not to straighten fully, but to keep the connection between the chest and your thighs. You might find that you'll be able to do that and straighten the legs. If not, that's not a problem. It will come in time. And then slowly let's come to a squat, knees together. And bring your hands, your elbows in front of the knees, hands in prayer. Good. Sitting small, tucked in a ball, but here, even here, try to keep a long spine, a long neck. And from here, we're going to come down on all fours. Good. So what we've been building up to this entire session is to try and get into a variation of the headstand. So I'm going to talk you through it slowly. If you have a wall next to you, you might want to use it. But let's first start with the hand positioning. Interlace your fingers and place them behind your head. So they're nicely cupping your head. And then you don't want your elbows to be open like this, neither to be closed like this. You want them to be in line with your shoulders. So a nice cupping for the head, your shoulders, your elbows are shoulder distance. And let's take this composition and press it on the floor so that your forearms, your wrists and hands and the top of the head is on the floor, not the forehead, not the back of the head. Yeah. And then once you're here, you're going to press the elbows into the floor and really separate your shoulder blades. Yeah. So this is an inversion. You might think it's not, but all the blood from your torso now is coming down towards your head. This is inversion number 1. Betty, slightly open your elbows a little bit more because I can see your shoulders are wider. So your elbows need to be in line just underneath. Yes, good. So you can keep practicing this when you get tired in child's pose, rest. Otherwise, step 2 would be to tuck your toes under and to straighten your legs just like down dog. So let me have a look at you. Give it a go. Good, very good. Now, if you feel you can, walk those feet a little closer towards your arms. Good, 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 perfect. So the idea here is to have your hips right over your head. This will give you a great start. And no jumping, please, no jumping into a headstand. This is not allowed. Okay, let's have a little rest. Come up, look at me. And I'll show you number 3. Benny, I know you can do the headstand. If you want to do it, go ahead. Just forget all that I'm saying, or if you want, you can try and practice what I'm showing. So the next option would be to start the same, interlacing your fingers, the top of the head between your hands, and there should be a nice firm contact between your hands and the back of your head, tucking the toes. And then what you did is you walk until your hips are over your shoulders. And then maybe if you pull the belly in a little, maybe you feel that your legs are lifting off the floor, maybe not. Let's try this one first. Squeeze one of your knees into your chest, and then maybe squeeze the other one. No jumping, please. Do as much as you can. No jumping, please. Use your core muscles. Good. No jumping, Benny. Use your core muscles. Excellent, everyone. Well done. Joanna, this is perfect. Just squeeze. Excellent. You're almost there, but you have to take it one step at a time. So first squeeze the one knee and, get used to being there. Excellent. Tsetse, that's it. Yes. And then try the other knee. The two knees might come next time. Excellent, everybody. Joanna, this is perfect. Unbelievable. Don't hurry to straighten the legs. Very important. If you straighten your legs and you start falling over, tuck your head under, not to injure your neck. I should have started with that. Excellent, everyone. Let's have a little rest in child's pose. Stretch the arms forwards. And here, what my teacher was teaching me is to have my fists together in front of me and support the forehead on the fists. The idea of the fists is that they elevate your head. So this allows for the blood from the head that has been collecting during the inversion to slowly flow back down your spine. So let's spend another 3 breaths here. And then slowly, let's come back up. So now if you haven't had enough of inversions, I've got one more for you. This is going to be a forearm balance. So rather than using the top of the head, we're only going to use the forearms this time. It's more tricky, but again, I'm going to show easy options for everyone. So the same basic composition of your shoulders and elbows. So your elbows always under your shoulders, not wider. We don't want that. This is not a stable pose. You're going to hurt muscles here in your chest. This is what you want, yeah? So from here, palms are on the floor, or they can be interlaced. So from here, we're going to tuck the toes under and come into a down dog, and we're going to keep looking forwards though. And again, we're going to walk as far forward as we can. And then we're going to, this time, rather than bending, we're going to straighten one leg up, just like we did in the standing splits. Good. So this is an inversion. It's not an easy pose to hold, but just give it a couple more moments. Keep pressing your elbows down into the floor. Keep looking forwards. So the head is not on the floor. Benny, you should be looking forwards. And release. If you need to come down for a moment, do that. If not, let's repeat on the other leg. So it also helps to lift on the toes of your standing leg. Very good. Take another breath and exhale, release. Let's all rest in child's pose. Good. Now, what I'm going to show you is using the wall for that. If you want to practice it after the class, you find a wall free of objects, and you're going to set up. So I'm going to open my legs so you can see my setup is your elbows are under your shoulders. And you're going to walk, and then you're going to lift one leg off the floor. And then from here, you might want to push your bottom leg and lift your top leg up. And then do this with the other leg a few times, this time jumping because you've got the wall behind you. So in order to finish this inversion class, let's turn again on our backs. And then here, if you have a block, again, use it. I'm going to show you an easy supported version of the shoulder stand, which will be our last inversion for today. So just to show you the difference, usually the way we start is we push back into a plow. From here, we support the lower back and then straighten the legs up vertically. Today, what I'd like you to do is to place your hands on your lower back, but stick your bum out and bring your legs a little over your head. So this is supported shoulder stand. The way you can do this with a block is if you place the block on the middle height and put it under your sacrum, which is your tailbone. So then you have nothing to hold, and this is a brilliant pose to just rest and have all the blood from the legs come down. So whichever position you have chosen, let's take final 5 breaths in it. If you are supporting your lower back with your hands, remember the rule, elbows and shoulders in one line. This is a rule that is almost always valid in yoga. So if there's anything you want to take away from my classes, remember this one, shoulders and elbows in one line. Good. Final breath here. And let's slowly bring the legs behind the head. Doesn't matter if they reach or they don't. If they reach, then you can release the arms and place them on the ground. Or option 2 is to interlace. If they don't reach, if the legs don't reach, keep your palms on your lower back, supporting yourself in this posture. Good. Let's take a couple more breaths. And on your next exhale, if you are holding your hands on your lower back, release them, and you're going to start slowly bringing your back down on the floor, vertebra by vertebra. So keep pressing the palm into the floor. Make this movement really, really slow. Feel the backs of your legs opening. Feel the core working. This is one final exercise. Once the legs are up to vertical, if you have lower back problems, slide your hands underneath your bum cheeks and continue bringing the legs down. Try and bring them down straight, slow, focused, with control. And then once the legs touch the floor, release everything. Allow the body to fully let go of all muscles. If you need to shake the legs, shake the arms. Maybe give yourself a little hug. I'll give you a minute to do one pose of your choice. If you feel that something your body has missed something in this class. Maybe a twist. Maybe happy baby. Or maybe simply just staying here in embryo pose, which is very comforting, loving, nurturing pose. Final 4 breaths wherever you are. And then, if you're ready, prepare for your Shavasana. So take whatever prop you might need to make your experience more enjoyable. And then start to let go of your breath. No control, no manipulation of the breath. Coming back to your natural, easy breath. And let go of all the muscles in the body. Relax your forehead. Relax the eyebrows. Space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaws, the lips, and clench the teeth. Let go of all the muscles from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And start following your inhalations and the exhalations. And feel free to lengthen this relaxation as long as you need to. Or if you feel ready to slowly come out of Shavasana, you can start by moving your fingers and toes and slowly coming on one side, coming to a cross-legged seat. So wherever you are, thank you for joining me today. Thanks for working hard. And I hope your brain will feel very invigorated and full of oxygen today for whatever work you have to do. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.